Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Binta, and if this is your first time, feel free to look around my channel and consider subscribing. And if you're an oldie but a goodie, thank you so much for coming back and welcome back to my channel. So today we are making some shawarma, which is a Middle Eastern street food, but today we're going to be making it at home. So this is at home shawarma recipe, okay? And yeah, it is very, very yummy, and it is one of my favorite Middle Eastern street food. Like, guys, back home in Gambia, I used to enjoy this street food so much, but it used to be a bit expensive though. Anyways, if you like to see how I make this, make sure you stay tuned and watch the rest of the video. Okay, guys, so here is my meat, and we're going to be using beef today. And this is boneless beef cut into pieces. And I have some vegetables, and yeah, I do have some parsley. I have some scallions, bell peppers, the green one, and I have some scotch bonnets or habanero peppers. I have a full teaspoon of garlic. This is minced garlic, and I have some onions, just one onion. And we're going to be blending all this to season our meat, okay? Okay, now I have some paprika powder and I have salt. I also have some Maggi cubes and of course my tortilla flats, okay? All right, I'm getting ready to do my blending, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put all these vegetables in the food processor and blend it until it's smooth. You can use more seasoning if you want. Let's say you have some oreganos or allspice seasoning, you can use them, but I'm just going to be using the simple ones: garlic, peppers, and some onions. Okay, that's all I'm going to be using. But if you like to use more on your meat, you can go ahead because it just makes it taste better. I added one Maggi cube to it, and I'm gonna go ahead and add a full tablespoon of paprika and a full tablespoon of black pepper. We're just gonna blend, and as you guys can see, I'm adding a tiny bit of oil to it for easy blending. Alright guys, so now our ingredients are blended, and I'm just gonna pour some on my meat, and we're just gonna mix that all together. This is amazing, and it's so good and simple. You can use as much seasoning as you want. Don't be stingy because we don't want to be stingy here, okay? Don't be stingy with the seasoning. So use as much as you want or as less as you want. It's up to you. Now we're done seasoning. I'm just going to go ahead and put this in the fridge overnight because we're going to be making this tomorrow. If you want your meat to taste very, very good, always season it overnight, okay? All right, guys, this is the next day, and we are ready to cook the meat and make our tortilla wraps. Ooh, this is already looking eatable, but it's not done. Anyways, I have some vegetables that I chopped, which is onions and bell peppers. I got the red and the green bell peppers and just some onions. So now moving to the cooking part of the meat, I just added a little bit of oil in my pot. As you guys can see, this doesn't really need a lot of oil, just a little bit. I'm cooking a lot of meat, as you guys can see, but if you're cooking little, then you might have to add like less oil than I added, okay? Now I'm just adding my meat to the hot oil, and we're just going to stir that. Alright guys, so you want to keep stirring this as it's frying because you don't want it to stick. It is best to use a non-stick pot if you're making this, okay? Anyways, as you guys can see, I didn't add no water to it because the meat is gonna bring out its own juice, especially considering the fact that I blended some wet onions, fresh onions, and basically fresh vegetables. So it'll produce its own juice. So we're gonna let it boil and fry until all the water dries up. Can you guys see how much water this meat produced without me adding any water? Now, if you add water, you might have to cook this longer. Remember, it is cut into pieces, so that means it's going to get cooked very quickly. Definitely, you don't need to add any water to it. But yeah, we're just gonna let this cook until all the water dried up. Alright guys, so now as we're waiting for the meat to get ready, I am going to go ahead and make my dressing, okay, because this goes with some dressing. And I have some mayonnaise, I have some sriracha sauce, hot sriracha sauce, and I have some whipped cream. Now in my bowl I added 3 big spoons of whipped cream and 6 big spoons of mayo. I went ahead and also added some sriracha sauce. That's optional if you don't want to add it, or you can add the less spicy one, but I want the spicy hot sauce. So I went ahead and add that, and I'm just going to give this a very good mix. But before then, we are adding some lemon to it, just half slice of lemon, because that's going to help us remove that sweet taste from the whipped cream. Now you're going to go ahead and mix all that together. This is some really nice dressing, guys. If you're making whipped cream, you need to try this dressing. And yeah, I just took my mixer and I'm just going to mix that until it's very, very smooth. All right, our dressing is good and we're just going to put that aside and focus on the cooking. All right, guys, as you guys can see, my water is dried up and you can see the oil coming up. Now we're adding our vegetables, which is the bell peppers and our onions, okay? Look at those colors. Oh, it is so pretty. Oh my God, it is so good to make good food. Yeah, we're just gonna keep stirring and almost done now because we just got like 5 minutes for the onions to just cook a bit and then we're basically done. Alright guys, at this point I'm just putting my meat inside a bowl and we're gonna set it down on the counter to cool down. Okay, because you need it to cool down before you start wrapping. Alright guys, so now it is time to wrap and our meat is cooled down, and now I'm just gonna take one piece of tortilla bread, as you guys can see. I'm putting 1 tablespoon of my cream that I made, the dressing that I made, and just add your meat on it. So I went ahead and sliced some vegetables. I only did cucumbers and onions, but it is optional if you don't want to use cucumbers. You go ahead and just wrap it. Very simple. I'm going to show you up close how I'm wrapping this so you guys understand it. But if you don't want to put the vegetables, that's fine. You can just do the meat, but it goes so well with the vegetables. You can do onions. If you eat onions with burgers, then you can do onions as well. So I did onions and I did cucumbers, and I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap it again. And the final wrap is gonna be up close so you guys see it, and I'm gonna go slower, okay? Alright guys, that is it for the wrapping, and now we are at the final step. This is everything we wrapped, and we're just gonna place our skillet on our stove. And now this is optional as well, but it makes it crunchy and it makes a big difference, especially when you're eating it fresh. Right there when you make it, you want it to be crunchy, okay? So I just sprayed it, and then we just put it on top of the pan, let it get golden brown on each side, and basically you are done. That is it for this tortilla wrap slash shawarma wrap. Okay, we call it shawarma, but I know they call it tortilla wrap here in the US. Anyways, that is it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoy watching it. If you do, make sure you subscribe to my channel and also like this video. Okay, look how juicy that looks. Just look at that. It is so juicy. The cream sauce, oh my god, oh, the dressing is amazing. And this is the best homemade shawarma wrap or tortilla wrap you will ever eat, ever. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and of course I will see you in my next video. Bye guys, and have a wonderful day.